Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Happy Sunday morning. Welcome to church. Gig worker style.
Welcome to church.
That's gonna be my new opening for Sunday. Welcome to church.
Hallelujah.
Put your Bibles down. It's time to get real. No offense to anybody that went to church.
At
In
what
fact,
point do we
more power to you.
pass the collection plate around? When do we do that part?
Right. I don't know. How do you do that part? Like, okay, I guess it would be at a point where you're like, you got a 5-minute thing, and everybody has to one after the other like super chat $1, and we'll have a list of names, and so like if one doesn't, and then it goes to the next one, we're like, oh, it's that kind of guy.
Yeah, we know that guy didn't.
No, just like
What
church
was it
does
again?
though. Church, by the
What is
way,
it,
people,
10
church.
what's that
I'm
called?
I'm not a lifer church person, but I went when I was younger. I've been a handful of times. I get the general gist.
Oh, I stayed at a Holiday Inn once. I get it.
But like they do judge you on that collection plate thing. Don't think that if you don't put in that, people aren't watching. They do.
Just skip right by.
At the same time, you're at a place to learn not to judge people. They all
Right.
judge you for that.
Wait, do
I'm
you
not
judge
dissing on the
people?
church. I'm saying they should.
They should judge you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a little bit. What are you doing, dude?
Like you
And if you
can't give
don't
a
have any
dollar.
money, dude, find a quarter in the road. Go find a quarter, dude.
So what? So if that's the case, why don't they just like sell admission tickets at the door, like a doorman?
I think that's a great idea.
Like, hey, admission, we got a good sermon today. $10.
I mean, look at the craziest of religions. I mean, those are like hundreds of dollars to go to some exotic location and see some dude freak out and like touch people's heads and push them and cure cancer. And
Well, hell, I slap the shit out of people for money.
but will you cure anything other
As
than
much as they
stupidity?
are. As much as they are.
I mean, I guess that's how we bill it. Gary can cure stupidity. Really? Yeah,
slap
walk
the
right
shit
up
out.
there, dude.
You know, in fact, I even get a custom made Bible. It says "duh" on it, and where I slap the shit out of them and just imprints on them.
3 rings. Wham! It's just DUH right in your head.
You're healed.
And here's $100 for advertising for life. Thanks. Oh, you used duh? No, the dude that wrote the program just knocked me. I was asking for it.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, there was, you guys, there was no pun on the church thing. Like I said, I've been on my hand more than my fair share of times. And I got no beef with church. I grew up with church, but you know, I'm on my I think I believe you know, I'm not, I don't think I'm anything that you could classify now. And if you did, it seems like woke almost to do it.
Here,
Like, because I just have my morals
I'll sum this
and
up
my
for
moral
you.
compass, and do I follow it?
I'll sum this up for you. It's a joke, people. Relax. See, very simple.
But if you learned anything like morals or anything that like that came into your life from church, then it was a good thing.
I don't think we ever said it wasn't a good thing to people if that's what they
Right.
want to do. We're just making fun of the tipping.
It's a non-profit. They don't have any money, dude.
Well, whatever. It's still tipping. Hey, you know what? Somebody write a note, say total maybe higher, and put it in the collection plate.
Dude, what does a priest make a year? Because like in some religions, it better be a lot since you can't have sex. I mean, I know that they're nonprofits, but the priests, I mean, like there's what do you call it? Where a seminary? There's a seminary near me in Denver. It's actually a pretty big one. And it's like kind of like a national, like a lot of people come to this one. and I'm curious what they make. Like, what's the starting salary of a no
Right here,
sex priest?
salaries of a Catholic priest in the U.S. range from 12,000 to
Oof.
334,000, with a median salary around 61,000.
Okay, so let's just say 80. No, if no sex at 80,
What do you mean?
just
80, 61. It says that's
I
what the
know,
median
yeah,
is.
but I'm being nice. I'm
He's
bonusing it.
giving them
Let's go up
raises.
to 150. Let's take the high end. 336. No. I can't have sex? Uh-uh.
No, do you really think they're not though? That's the
What's
question.
that?
Do you really think they're not?
Well, little boys don't count. Just punt. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. I'm so kidding.
We're gonna cancel Steve.
Wait, that actually might get me in trouble, right?
That might.
Joke.
I
That was a
don't know.
joke. YouTube, shut up. It was a joke. Enough.
What I find funny is the actual Google search for this is how rich are Catholic priests? Not how much they make, but how rich are they?
Okay, just so you guys know, this subject will never be touched on again. This was it. Those
You
of you
brought it
here,
up.
I know. Those of you here, you hope you enjoyed it because that was it. I want to say hi to whoever is here so far. What's up, Joe? Hey, man, I was so happy to help. I'm proud of you, bro. That video was awesome. I'm so happy to see your dad did it with you. It was nice to hear music along with the video too. Like I loved it the first time you did it, the second time you did it. All the times that we've heard it though, it's all been a cappella, and except for I guess the first time where somebody threw some beats behind you. But you and I talked about that. So yeah, I mean, it just happened. But I mean, this was planned. You know, you did it. You did it with and I know you when you were talking to me before the premiere about it, you said that your dad played the banjo, and I saw where he did, but who was playing the other instruments? Because if I heard right, there were two other instruments I heard in there, and I definitely saw a ton of instruments in that garage along with tools. I mean, like you guys are musicians. I know you grew up in a musician or a music family. I have a couple friends in Michigan who did as well. Seems like a state where a lot of people grow up in a music family. No, dude. Daniel, what's up, man? Glad to see you. But no, it should not be because DoorDash should have no part. I understand the joke of it, but they don't deserve something good. What's up, Rachel? Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. How are you? Red, what's up? How are you? It's showtime.
He said he was late.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just so let me make this clear. Today, Gary and I both have an hour. I'm hanging with my son, and his wife's about to head back to Florida before him, so they're spending the day together. So we are going to have a shorter show today. But also, probably it's what is it for date? Probably about 5 or 6 weeks. I'm going to have to start to push this back a bit because I start going snowboarding on Saturdays is my snowboard day. And sometimes I'm not back a little till late morning on Sunday, but we'll cross that bridge when we cross it. Anyway, what's up, Red? What's up, Gig Giggity? By the way, for those of you that don't know, Gig, if you've already haven't figured out, I'm sure you have. Gig Giggity is pull my gig. Yeah. It was confusing to me because, and I'm gonna tell him why too, because you changed your avatar and your name on the same day. That made it a little rougher. But the reason I got it is because he always does the flexing arm, the punch, and the piece. And I started noticing, though, that's like this right here is his triple emoji. He does it all the time. Yeah, and so I started seeing it coming up under this, and I'm like, that's pull my gig. So I don't know, and I pointed it out in chats live to other people, and I don't know if you were trying to hide from other people and but I screwed that up for you, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, way to call him out there, Steve.
Well, I was making sure it's him. I'm like, that's pull my
maybe
gig.
he had a stalker he was getting rid of.
Not anymore. Oh, what's up, Holly? Oh man, Holly, you made a comment. You make tons of them. You made a comment the other day that was like really, it kind of blew my mind, even for you, because I was like, whoa, I can't remember what it was on. But then I like after I read it, I stopped and thought about it. And I whatever I was at first thinking, wow, that's so Holly. I was then like, I totally agree with that. So I don't really know how to feel about that, but how are you? Um, yeah, I mean, there's churches that do that, uh, I mean, let's be honest, there's all kinds of things that do this. I mean, there's fake IRS calls that try and scam you out of your money. That's why I always recommend to people, there's a lot of these channels, but specifically watch what is it? Scammer Payback. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Scammer Payback on YouTube. If you've never watched it, some of them go a long time for him trying to get the people, and you can appreciate that work once you've watched a couple. But I'll try and find a couple of the shorter videos where he actually catches them quick ish anyway. And I suggest to you guys to watch this because for anybody who's ever had a family member scammed out of money and whatnot, this guy rules, really rules. And he puts himself out there sometimes too because they catch on to who he is and he just doesn't care. He's all about it. He's gonna get you, or he's gonna die trying, man. So I appreciate this guy a lot. Um, howdy, Roy. How are you, bud? Hope you're having. Well, you're even earlier than me. Hope you're having a good morning. Um, so okay, Joel Osteen is that might be one of those traveling priests that pushes people's foreheads or whatever that I'm talking about, or talks like a woman and dresses like a man and wears a white suit and I don't know.
No, he wears a blue suit. I looked him up. But
Every day.
he has 2.73 million followers. So
He's a priest, right? Or
uh,
pretends to be one in real
well,
life.
he's not a priest. It looks like he's one of the inspiration speakers.
Priest.
I guess he does. Well, yeah, I mean that too. Now I guess he does both. I guess he does speeches and he's a priest. Because like here's a water baptism.
What's up, holy busy? Dang, it screwed me. Who still writes checks? What?
He said, "What's up, Holly? Busy. Dang, it screwed me. Who still writes checks at the grocery store?"
Oh, I'm
He
sorry.
just
I
don't like.
read the word. I read Holly is holy since that's how you wrote it. Holly is two
I mean,
L's.
or at least that's what I.
And
That's
we were
how I
talking
read it.
about church. We were talking about
Yeah.
church, and you spelled holy. So
I don't
how
know.
the hell would I know?
I don't know. But so to correct us if we're wrong. I just figured he wasn't using punctuation. So
Yeah, no, I'm used to it.
that's to the link right there is to the Joe's song. I shared that thing everywhere.
Yeah, you guys, I was talking to Joe yesterday. I told him what I like. I gave him a strategy because I think Pedro's going to play it on his live tonight, which hopefully gets Joe a bunch of exposure. But it'll be the view off Pedro's. So Joe debuted it last night. I did a little pushing it on social, even on here on YouTube. I think I did a
Short
community post,
community
and
post.
it got a bunch of likes, and he got some new subs. And then I saw he sent me a text today saying even UDM shared it. So like everybody's sharing it. And if you are a creator of any size, whatever size you are, share it. Because you know what? I mean, the bottom line is when I was talking to Joe about this, it really isn't just a DoorDash song. I mean, we all know this, but it's a song for DoorDashers, gig workers, truck drivers, independent contractors. Like it covers the spectrum of the things I believe too. Like it's not just about DoorDash. It's funny because he picked DoorDash to be the target of it, but really read into it. It's a lot of things.
It's a great song.
It's
And
a
it's catchy.
great song.
It's catchy too.
It's a great. Yeah, it's a great song. Um,
Yeah, I recently became a
this is an
moderator
interesting
in
one.
the
Yeah,
in the
I
DoorDash groups, the biggest DoorDash groups on Facebook. I'm now a moderator in them. So I shared it in those too.
hey, what I actually do a lot of production work. I'm going to check into we don't work with bands in that nature. We work with bands who are on tour who are already, Motley Crue or like Elton John, beyond huge. They don't need our help with songs, but let me ask my boss on this what exactly the cheapest and needed thing is, because you're right. He needs to somehow tackle that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if Legal Zoom does it.
Well, can't you just? I mean, instead of copywriting, can't you just sue them for if anybody ever takes it for intellectual property
Yeah, but you're
type
way
thing?
better off to copyright or trademark it. I can't remember, whichever's cheaper, but still makes. I mean, dude, it's not a bad idea, because he's also talking about writing a couple more. Wouldn't be a bad idea to, if he's going to do these with his dad, and especially be
Right.
doing more, to make a little LLC for what does it cost in Michigan? $40 to register per year. Like, pay the $40. That's less than a website. So I mean, like, pay that, have a license, copyright whatever is done under that license, and then all your stuff's protected. That I do know that, but without the hoop on this one song, I would think maybe if he could find a place to do it for super cheap, I would do it just to be safe. I mean, I don't know if I ever told you, Gary, but like, first of all, the song that is the intro to my podcast and that I've been using over here sometimes, that is Tori Pater. He plays with bands. He did that for me, and that song specifically for me because I asked him to do it. But that song is actually another person's song, but because it didn't match up in the algorithm, because he does it in a much more Joe Cocker whiskey
Right.
voice like he is, didn't match it up. Some guy in Germany claimed it that he wrote it and that was his song, and I was using it on YouTube. And it was the first time I was actually able, because they said copyright infringement, and it said, do you agree to this? And I said, no. I said, I mean, I basically clicked all the things like that you really would be scared to click, saying, no, I'm willing to fight this. What are you talking about? Because when Tori did this for me, I said, because it's YouTube, I said, if ever contacted you, he's like, I'll do you one better. He's like, I'll give you a letter.
Right. Saying that he
So
wrote it.
dude, he
Or
wrote it.
sang it. Yeah.
He said, I did this for Rideshare Rodeo podcast. I'm a musician, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's perfect. Short, to the point, perfect. And I claimed it with YouTube, and I said, and I have documentation. And it actually, for about 2 weeks, was unanswered, and I just wasn't including it in anything. But then when I did that, and then YouTube came back and said, and I had said, I have documentation if you need it. They came back and they said, nope, it's all cleared up. It's all good. I was like, I didn't even show you the doc. I'm just going to claim that from now on. Dude, I have documentation. I think they take that as, oh, crap, lawsuit.
Well, what
just
it
don't
is,
screw with them.
what it is whenever you mark something as copyright on YouTube, you have to actually send in proof that it's yours. They don't just go, oh, let me mark it. So what probably happened is they told this guy, hey, send us the proof, and he couldn't send you the proof, or he did send the proof, and then they matched it up and was like, these aren't the same songs.
Yeah. Yep. So good question, Bud Soda. Here's what's happening with this, because it is happening. All of my stuff got pushed back just a little bit. I'm getting a delay.
What's that government internet he has?
No, it's that camo cam. I'm pretty sure that they
I told you that thing sucks.
it doesn't suck. I think they want me to pay for it.
We'll pay for it. He's like, no, I don't want to.
I'm not paying for it. The thing sucks. I'm just kidding. But good question. So here's what's happening. The Instacart thing has to be put on pause because of my car. there was a whole deal, man. So here's what's happening. I got the proper order finally. Tuesday this week, I am going to get the emissions and my registration done. That should have been done before St. Louis, but I got a temporary tag to go to St. Louis. So I'm going to get that done on Tuesday. Both of them will be done by the end of the day. Then I have to take my car in to my mechanic to have the wheel bearing and the tie rod looked at or fixed. Sorry. And then I have to take it to the body shop. So I'm about, I mean, I work with good people here in Denver pretty quick when they set it all up. So I'm hoping to have my car in running condition back in my hands by not this week, but by like the Wednesday after. So about 10 days. And for those 10 days, I have every day I have a podcast. So I'm really going to be doing some live stuff, other stuff, this, that, the other, but I also have I have a mound of side work of laser plotting that I normally don't do, but I figured why not?
Ain't got nothing better to do.
Well, because even with laser, there's better things I can do sometimes. But right now, plotting is what they need.
Hi, Lisa.
And they need a ton of it done, and nobody wants to do it. So I just figured my boss has always been there for me, dude. I'll be the dude. I'll suck it up.
Since you're so far behind on the comments here, this is his follow up to you doing Instacart. He said just ran a Tesla.
No, I'm 10 days out from having my car back. Yeah. I'm not renting a car. I've already, and if I haven't told you guys before, when in 2017, when my RAV4, my first RAV4, my V6 RAV4 got totaled, the one I bought to go up into the mountains, and I was just one of the best vehicles I've ever had. But that got totaled, and I was going to get a car right away. Allstate was very good about getting me the full amount of my car and then some. They were awesome to me. And then I actually put the money aside for a minute, and I was already renting a car while they were figuring that out through Hertz from Lyft. So I wasn't doing any Uber. I was only doing Lyft for that time. Figured I'd be doing it for about 2 weeks. I did it for about 6 months on the rental program because for those that don't know, in 2017, it was market specific to how many, but if you did X number, it was a deduction off your rental car, X number. But if you did 120 rides a week in Denver, the car was free. I mean, I couldn't leave that program. I was like, dude.
Right, you're getting a free car.
Yeah. I mean, and all the money's mine.
Right.
As long as I did in 2017, as long as I did 120 rides a week, the car's mine for free. And I was able to go to any Pep Boys and trade it in for any other car that they had on the lot. So if I didn't like it, not even if I didn't like, but if I was like, I'm just kind of sick of that, I'm going to go try a new one. I probably it was actually about 5 months. I probably used about 6 or 7 different cars. Sometimes, or once even, I remember I had this great, whatever, I can't even remember what it was, Mazda something, but it was great. Or at least I was loving driving it. It was fun. And they actually said that I had to return that one. And then I said, well, do you have another one for me to get in? And they said no. And that's where I was like, oh no, this is where the problem's going to be. But then I got there and I had been in there so often. I was like, so there's nothing here. And they said, no, she was like, no, we got 2. But when I called, it's the call center. They don't know me. When I got to Pep Boys, they saw my face. They're like, oh, we got one. Yeah, we got one. Come on out. So it was like, I'm like, this is awesome, dude.
See, now, like, I don't think I would, like, the only way I would rent a car through like Uber or Lyft or any of them is if it was for free. That's the only way I would do it.
Like I just said.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let me finish what I'm saying. No. A lot of people like to rent these cars. Like Lisa said, she wants to check into it. But you can't do the other platforms. I mean, I guess you could do DoorDash. They wouldn't really know. But you can't do Lyft with an Uber rental. So the only way to do it is like Tony does it and rent it from a third party.
Right.
That's how far behind he is on comments. People.
Thank you, Heidi. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know where I am. Gary, the link to your site.
Red, I posted the link again. Sometimes if I post it and I type like Steve wants us to do, it always takes you to my channel instead of the actual link.
Yeah, Bruce. I hope in no way was that offending you, because my dad was Catholic, his whole life. He was brought up Catholic, and my mom was Baptist. So I mean, I
No,
was
I know
absolutely brought up.
Bruce. He was not.
Yeah, I
offended.
know. Yeah, and I know Bruce too. He's good. Yeah, I just want to
You
make
don't
sure
know.
is he's not offended anyway, because I actually do take it seriously, and I know there's a lot of good people like yourself out there, but there's a lot of bad ones, Bruce, and I think you know that.
If he was offended, he'd probably just type in there, "I'm gonna pray for you, Steve."
He'd be like, "That wasn't at you, Bruce. That was from you to me."
Yeah. He would never do that though. He's too nice. He's not like you, Steve. He's not an asshole.
Oh my god, what is all this? Steve's an asshole. I help people out. I'm nice, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what goes on behind the scenes, people.
Come on. Gary knows I'm like one of the nicest people on earth, dude.
He tries
I
to be.
might joke around a little bit too hard. Yes. I might take things a little too far. I might cross that line of, wow, dude, you said that kind of thing with some people. But you know what? Everybody who knows me knows I'm a good person. And if you don't,
He tries to be. He tries to be. Tries. That's the key word.
I want to see. Okay, here it is. I want to see if who in the chat would sleep at this.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
We will have this ready by next Sunday, FUNDAY.
No. I don't know why
that's sleeping.
Yes.
I can't hear if there's music, but
yeah, the music is weird. It's like kids singing, so it doesn't matter. Just watch where she's sleeping.
Right. On a bridge. Like there's no way people actually sleeping on that bridge. Somebody gonna roll off and forget they're up there and gotta get up and go pee. It's a long drop.
I forget you're up there. You were all over. You're like, whoa. Hey man, you're sleeping with a parachute, right? What? Why does it not do the volume thing? I forget this. Like, because I fixed it last time too.
I don't know.
remember what
I open it in a tab. I don't upload it.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to show you. Oh, there was. Oh, I hate this person. I kind of want to play this.
Roy?
No, that's funny. You thought that.
No, it's just funny. Right as you said that, Roy's comment popped up. I know it wasn't towards Roy, but it's just funny how that worked.
So wait, how am I sharing it in a tab if I've got the videos downloaded on my?
Why didn't you just save the link?
Because I've done this enough times. Like where I did it with Tremaine's video too, where I brought it in.
I don't remember how you did it, but
maybe it was share and then share video. Oh, share video file.
Yeah.
Maybe that would make sense, right?
Is that not how you just shared it?
No, I did a share and then window and had
oh, well, that's why. Do the share video file.
Okay. You guys, not to judge people, but let's judge this girl. Oh, the video has a unique code your browser doesn't support. No, I know this happens a lot, actually. I'm going to see if I can just upload it as
technical errors.
Shut it. Oh, that's how I've been bringing them in. Never mind. Oh no, it isn't. Damn it. What is going on, dude?
Hey, Michelle.
Okay, I'll have to figure it out by next time. But we just know that next week we will be judging, and I'll actually get together. Maybe we need to have a
Wait,
segment on
you don't
TikTok
have
that
the
just goes
link?
for a certain amount of. I don't. I have
Yeah.
no
Oh,
clue.
we need to do like a reaction video to TikTok.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I had about 3 ready for today, but maybe I'll just we'll have a half hour part. Maybe that's how we start. You know, it's just like let's look at some videos and judge people. And I don't mean like our own community or being mean or starting issues. I just mean like this is something we would have had a discussion about. I guarantee it. This girl's just like basically it's a 33 or a 34-year-old single mom.
What's the username?
I don't know. And I've got every one of them saved in some
You got what?
crazy.
It should
Every
say
one
it
of
on the
them.
bottom of the video.
Oh. You're right.
Do you need a magnifying glass?
Right, Gary,
Do
I'm
you
just
need
gonna put it
glasses?
up on the screen on the handle. No, just because it had some numbers and Heidi or something or here. No, I just need to test the videos first because I think doing a TikTok thing would be cool. Because a lot of people don't get over there either, and I find some really random stuff.
Oh,
This
okay,
is her.
DIDRST.
Now I don't know how many she has up because it just came through a home feed.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben. What's the video that you wanted?
What do you mean? Oh, it's I don't know. It's
You don't know the name of it?
no, dude. It's V12044GD0. You know what I mean? I just
Well, no,
saved it.
there's typically a title on the video.
Yeah, but
like-
because I saved it, there's not.
Oh, see, you're doing things wrong.
Maybe it's a newest one because
What was she doing in it?
well, it's her face in the beginning.
Uh,
She's wearing
gotta-
a black sweatshirt or
Okay.
shirt.
This lady, she has
38-second video. If not, I'll have to do it next week because.
Well, like I was wondering. Like, show me the start of the video. Was it about dating?
Yeah, kind of. It's 38 seconds.
Just show me the start of the video, and I'll find it real quick.
Okay. Well, while all you people disappear.
Not my problem. You did not.
No, it's my
come
fault.
prepared.
But this is how I learned, though, and I learned. I will make a TikTok folder where they're all preloaded.
Yeah. Okay, close that out. I got it already.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, wait. Before he plays this, you guys, I really want you to pay attention to because there's a couple things that happen. She doesn't use the term woke. She uses a different term. Listen there carefully. But well, let's play the video and let's talk about it.
Chrome tab her. Let me know if you can hear it. If you can't, let me know.
Well, that's it. I'm throwing the towel in. I'm done. Not going to try dating anymore. TikTok has spoke, and some of the comments from men like you, they told me that nobody wants a almost 36-year-old single mom. They only want the young 20-somethings without any kids, you know. So that's fine. I guess I'll be done. I'll just be at home sitting alone for the rest of my life because nobody wants me. Well,
now, aside from that, it might be a cute TikTok thing. There was a little reading in to do there, and I gotta say this, you guys, she's given up. She's not saying nobody doesn't want her. I wouldn't want her. She seems horrible to be around. I mean, she's in 38 seconds. I already am wondering, like, why are you even making this? But then nobody wants me. Well, I mean, that's a good attitude. Nice. You know, if I go outside and say everything sucks, everything's gonna suck.
No,
You
you know what
manifest
though?
what you think.
First off, it's TikTok. Like
I know,
everybody goes on there
I know.
like my life sucks.
I know, but
they're on the
why do you
beach.
think I would pull this specific one? Usually I don't even look. I scroll right past those, but this one rang a bell because I was like, okay, spoke. No, you know, everybody's, and she didn't mean everybody has spoken. She said everybody spoke. And I think it meant the opposite of woke. I had never heard that, and I thought that was pretty cool. Because it does make sense. Woke is shut up and do what we tell you. Spoke is shut up. I'm not going to shut up.
And her very next video, says, "Today I'm choosing happiness," and she's stepping on a scale.
Yeah. So again, she's just, I think it's all her. I think it's all her. I hear you. Yeah, maybe she was being facetious. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that little eye roll at the end was like a little, but I still got to tell you, just no.
He's like, I don't know. I scroll past all them videos like that. Like, I don't know.
I do
They're
too.
just annoying.
But I'm just saying
stop
that,
whining. Like,
yeah, but this one just caught me because she was like, I'm done. I'm like, you're 34. I'm 50, dude. You know, and when, you know, I mean, there's no, people date people their age, younger than them, older than them. People are, you've given up, if that's what you're saying, and you mean that. You've given up.
hey, I know we're on this TikTok thing, but did you see this? Like, I just Googled it, and yeah, it happened like a day or two ago.
Hey, don't y'all think it's funny that I wait, it is, I didn't know about the dick pics.
Well,
honestly.
no, it's just funny that like they got in and got a whole bunch of information on people too, and not like last year, like this year.
Right. Well, it took them a while to close the problem.
Well, yeah, but if they got in there and they already got it,
right? But I mean, there was an issue of like the time lag of how long it. You know more about this than I do, Gary, about how long it normally takes, even once they've grabbed things or whatever,
right?
To shut down whatever happened. That took them a minute to like. It took them longer, from what I read, to figure out. Or all kinds of things. And I guess it wasn't the kind of crap they throw at journalists like, yeah, we just didn't notice it, so that's why it happened. Like, it wasn't like that. It was like they were saying this one was a little more of a problem.
Michelle's saying still open.
I don't think so. I think I read something that they fixed it. But again, like Gary said, how long does it have to be open to grab what you want?
Not very long. Not very long. If you know what you're getting, anyways.
Yeah, and
or
obviously
if you're just dumping all the data and you can sort through it later.
Exactly, because if that guy is able to do that, he's able to retrieve the data in the time frame that Gary's talking about. He's able to go. I mean, it's not like he gets in there and goes, "Now what?" You know, like he's got the plan down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Ocean's 11.
Yeah, it was probably, the thing is he probably was already in there once before. And he's like, "Oh crap! I can go in here and get all this information." Oh, it says here that though they
Did you see this message from Michelle?
Yeah, I did. It says here that they got in using a password from an Uber employee.
I bet Travis has a backdoor. He never told him. Put it in the code to pop up like 8 years later.
Yeah, it says right here, the hacker first obtained the password of an Uber employee, likely through phishing. The hacker then bombarded the employee with push notifications, asking them to confirm a remote login to their account. When the employee did not respond, the hacker reached out via WhatsApp, posing as a fellow worker from the IT department and expressing urgency The employee caved and confirmed it with a mouse click. So that's how they got in. So I would think that that's pretty much closed now because once you change the password, it's done.
Well, plus I was just gonna say, isn't it closed almost? I mean, by the time that article's written, it's closed
Yeah, yeah, it should
because
be
I mean
closed.
they're writing about it. They
Like,
found it.
yeah, if
It's
they got in using a employee's password, that's all they need is just to change the passwords, and then the tokens are no longer valid and whatnot like that.
see like this, and that's what I was gonna just say. Now I didn't know I was gonna have to like figure out the word token because I couldn't remember it for a second. But don't the tokens like expire like what she's saying here? How long he had been in?
Well, no, I mean it depends on how they set it up, but like
But
your
again, why would
password
he sit?
tokens
Why
don't
would he
always
sit in
have. Yeah,
there? The idea is to get
yeah.
in there, get it, and leave.
Well, I mean, first off, it's a federal offense to hack into any company. If people don't know that, you can't just hack into a company. It is a federal offense. So, like the kid's probably gonna get in trouble. Like the hackers that hacked Uber before and they sold it, uh, that they got serious trouble.
Yeah, yeah. I've read a lot of this, Michelle. I'm glad you're bringing it up right now. But I would imagine the hacking gets into the. I don't know. Maybe you can put it in a better term for all of us, including myself, to understand, Gary. Like, I mean, hacking is hacking, and wouldn't that mean they got into the cloud? Yes, and there's different levels of where they get or how quickly they're shut down. I know. Let's assume this guy was in long enough to do what he wanted. Wouldn't he have got everything or anything he wanted? I'm not saying this specific incident. I'm just saying in general. Would a hacker not have gotten like if as long as they're in long enough, would they
Uh,
not have been able to get everything they wanted?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
that's
mean,
what I'm
and
saying.
you don't need very long to get in. I mean,
Right.
once you're in and you know what you're looking for, you can pretty much grab everything you need.
Right. So I'm saying like where she says, he got in there or he is posting pics of what he got into their cloud. Like of course he did. If he was in there long enough, he got into everything. So, hey, what's up, Jason? You are not a
And
cop,
I don't
Gary.
have to
Come
be a
on.
cop. I didn't say I was coming to arrest you. I'm just
You know
telling
what,
you it is
Jason?
a federal offense.
And you know what, Jason? You don't know that he's not a cop.
Yeah, how you know? I could
Gary's told me some stuff, dude. You better look out, man.
be. Hey, whenever I kick in your door and you find a pound of
Right,
cocaine.
he's not a cop. He's FBI. He's pissed at you now.
That's it, Jason. Coming for you. Hey, Jason, how was your picnic yesterday?
That's right. I texted him about it too. I know that he doesn't live stream it, but I was expecting a short
Yeah, short video, something. I was looking
something.
for it.
Something, man. Yeah, it's a worldwide hack. Yeah, it is. It was worldwide when it was the 56 million users. Or 58 before too, right? I mean, that was if you hack into Uber, you're hacking into Uber worldwide. I mean,
Well, no, I'm like that's what I'm reading on here. They did get Uber's source code.
okay, something that can be fixed though.
Yeah, you can just go in there and change all your tokens that connect to all your servers, and
Right.
I mean everybody will have to like if we notice that we have to update our app, like force update. That means that Uber changed everything.
And actually that would be I would if at this point Michelle,
How
I would
how
want to see that. I would want to see them
yeah.
say, "Hey, forced update."
That's like how dumb are you to keep everything on the same cloud? Like that's just like you should keep your app on one cloud, you should keep your back end on one cloud, you should keep your front end on one cloud. That don't throw everything on one. Like
Well, I
that way if
mean,
you do get breached, they're only getting a part of it. And
but
you should
can't
never put any type of
but what can't
authorization
you
tokens.
just like hard drives, can't you partition the cloud apart?
Well, it's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Don't put them all in one repository,
Yeah. Yeah.
or one folder, as you will. Spread that out so that way, even if somebody does get access to it, they're not getting access to everything.
I can't believe a technology person with a clearance level that would be worthwhile
Falls
for
for
a
that.
phishing scheme.
Yeah, right. Like,
sorry guys, I know that all of our lives are at stake right now with our data out there. But
if you have that type of access to where you can see actual source code for something, and somebody's messaging you going, "Hey, I really need this," you're not thinking, "Hey, let me pick up the phone and call my supervisor or somebody like that." Like, "Hey, why is this guy blowing me up to get my stuff?"
oh shit! Sorry, Jason. Sorry, this is a bummer.
Oh, it didn't turn out great. Oh, that sucks.
Low turnout, he said. But hey, man, was it bad weather or? But why didn't you live stream it, man? Even if it's just a little
see,
group,
here's my thing. Even if one person shows up,
it's something.
it's something. I mean, that's to me. Even if one person shows up, it's you did something else that a lot of other people don't do. So even if it's a low turnout,
dude, it's not that easy to get to you. Trust me, Jason. And honestly, if I lived within 6 hours, I would have come just for that picnic.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for my wife leaving and all that stuff, yeah, I would definitely.
Carrie's like, if it wasn't for my wife,
no, I would have went, but it was like a lot of conflicting dates.
Yeah, and I mean, even as far as it is for me, I've needed a trip home for a while, and whenever I do make that trip, I'm going to come see you. So if I could have planned something around that, but again, another thing is, I remember that last year I thought about coming. But again, it was the same time of year, and that's when my son has started school. That's another factor, man. I know you like it then. I'm not telling you, but maybe an idea is to roll it back a month when people are still on their summer. Just an idea. I mean, because you might only get local at that time of year. In the summer, it's a little easier to like coerce me into going. Hey man, make it your trip back to Michigan. Okay. Like that's easy because I can bring Max. He hasn't been back to Michigan in a while. But that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully the weather was nice and the few people that did turn out, hopefully it was awesome.
Hopefully you guys had a blast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what you guys, I can't remember. I remember that I saw some video from last year's, and I can't remember if you do music or anything, or even like lightly in the background, a DJ, anything like that. I really don't remember.
Oh, just turn on a radio station. Stop hiring DJs.
Whatever is. I mean, music. Are you doing? I mean, how you're doing it? And because I saw where he does it, the part if he did it at the same park this year that he did it last year. It's a really nice park. I mean, it's a really nice like gathering area for people too. It's got enough space. Yeah, Rex. I mean, I hear you, but I gotta say this, and I'm not defending Uber, but this can happen to any company. I mean, the moron that hit the phishing scam could have worked for anybody, but and that part's different. But
right.
Gary and I talk about this a lot. Companies get hacked all the time, you guys.
Yeah, and the more I'm reading it, what it is it wasn't even a one person scam. What it was is and actually the person that got phished. I mean, yeah, he probably shouldn't have got phished, but it's not his fault that the guy actually got into AWS and everything, because like his phishing password and everything like that only allowed them access to the Uber intranet, like the internal servers. On the internal servers was the admin and password for their external servers. So whoever's in charge of the external server security needs to learn, don't put your passwords to that inside anywhere.
You know how what they're doing about the previous hack is funny. How like now years later they're putting it on the one guy. We were talking about that. Like, no, but he has to go to financial. Yeah, but he did it all. He went to financial after hours.
Right.
Like, I mean, they're just like, dude, he did all of it. It's just him. It'll be funny in like 6 months who they're gonna say did this.
Blames for this.
Because I already know that the employee that did it was.
Well, here's the one thing. Here's one
God,
thing
I
that
love that.
Uber, like, here's one thing Uber definitely has to worry about with this, is that the kid does not release the source code. Because if the kid releases the source code, that opens up every person to see what the algorithms like, and so you can definitely bet people, and I'll be the one, if that gets leaked, I will go download it just so I can see.
Okay,
But that's going to explode. It's going to be a huge thing. It's going to open up the competitors for Uber to do so much more.
Well, it's also going to enable a lot of extra lockdown with your data. Be triple careful, 3-factor authentication.
Well, no, I mean, like locking people out. Locking people out's pretty simple. Like, even if they have the source code, all you got to do is just go change the authorization tokens for everything. That's not really that difficult. But everybody having that source code is way bigger, because now we get to see, like Michelle saying, we actually get to see what their algorithms breaking down per driver, everything like that. So governments are going to definitely be looking at it. Every person that knows how to code in the world is going to be looking at it. Every competitor of Uber is going to be looking at it. So all these features that they don't even have active in the apps going to be in that source code. So
that kid
it's
is going to be
yeah.
given a $20 million a year job with Uber starting tomorrow. Watch, he will be hired. All charges will be dropped.
He'll go to federal prison.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, literally.
But I mean, like, here's the thing, dude. Don't you think he's already done all the damage he's going to do, including dropping the source code somewhere, and it just hasn't been exposed yet? But I mean, don't you think he already did it all? I mean, do you really think there was some he was holding? Like, I'll do this later.
I have no
attitude.
doubt. I have no doubt that he's already uploaded that source code to something, password protected or not. Like I have no doubt that he's done that. Oh no, they can't find him yet, but eventually they will. Believe it or not, our FBI has a great cyber crimes division. Great cyber crimes. So eventually they will.
Right. The problem is that I don't know how many people know, but often stuff gets passed over from the FBI, which never should have happened, to the NSA. And the NSA might seem like this superpower, like, dude, they can figure everything out. They're not really like that. They're more about, they're not really about I need to watch what I say here. They're not really about, God, I hate having to do this on YouTube. They're not really about, I don't personally think everything that they put on their website, let's say. I think they have and I'm not saying it's some crazy agenda. I think they have a different way of just wanting to monitor everything everybody's doing. And I don't think that that's a secret. If it is, you can go, there's a, there's a movie that's the opposite of, it'll be the opposite of this. So, non-snow cave. If you can decipher that, go look up that story. But yeah, I'm watching it, you guys, because I mean, like, this algorithm on YouTube is crazy. And again, YouTube, zip it. I don't want to hear it. I didn't break any rules. We're just talking here. Shut up. Well, that's the other thing. Like, how are they? So they know the name and who he is, because how do we know he's 18 again?
Well, that's what he told.
Right.
According to the articles, he told them that he was 18. Well, I mean, here's the thing: like, just because you're not in the United States does not mean that you can't be caught by the United States. Like, countries work together all the time for
Oh
cybercrimes
yeah.
divisions. Like,
Yeah. Look at what's his name with
the
the WikiLeaks who took
yeah.
refuge forever. You know, I mean, like they finally were able to make it so that he had to leave, but he stayed in that embassy for like years. I mean, good thing there was Uber Eats and stuff to bring him food, because if he had stepped outside that thing, he was going down. Cannot remember his name, but
I don't know. We'll find out in a few months because, according to the guy, or according to the news sources here, the guy says, "Oh, I might release it, to the public in a few months." But I mean, here's the thing: like Uber's investigating right now. They're gonna have to eventually tell us the severity of the
so
hack.
Uber put
It's law.
ADT on it. Now I feel good.
Yeah, we're great. We're covered. That and Allstate,
Dude,
we're good.
ADT's looking into it. I mean, I am glad that this is obviously because it's federal level and stuff. I'm sure that, dude, there is a lot of looking for this, not only because they should, sadly, a lot of it because they want to get Uber on anything. And, something like this would be huge. I mean,
Well,
things happen, but at the
I'm
same
sure
time,
the hacker's probably smart, so he probably used VPNs and everything like that. But you're thinking like, Amazon's probably going to get involved, and like all these companies are going to come together. I mean, Uber's
right. This
just
is
too
a
big,
time to swarm. Like if Lyft had an ounce of decency, respect, lifeblood left in them, this would be their fight. I mean, this would be it right here. Like just like after 2 a.m. at a lot of bars, like $2 you call it's, they'd be like, you call the price.
See, if Lyft was smart, they'd be trying to find this kid too. But like, we'll pay you for that code.
Maybe Lyft did hire the kid. Maybe the kid works for Lyft and just gave them Uber's source code.
It could be just a disgruntled employee too, claiming to be 18, so nobody knows. But
that's what I think, dude. I mean, I know that. Here's what I get, guys. It wouldn't shock me if I hear a 15-year-old in Russia cracks Uber's code. I don't care about the age anymore. What I get is when that happens is, why would they say that? To me, that's nothing but trying to throw you off. Like, and I'm 18. I don't care. I would just care that you did it.
Right, exactly.
Plus, if you were really trying to go that route, wouldn't you? I mean, and it does make a difference. Wouldn't you say you were 17, so you were on the minor side? I don't know. Don't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just reading a response from Uber. They're saying that they investigated. There's no evidence of any access to sensitive user data, so it looks like it was just internal source code stuff. It says all their stuff is
good thing
currently
ADT is telling us we're safe.
I know. They did go ahead and notify law enforcement like they're required to do, and they did take down all of their internal tools just until they finished the investigation.
So, is there a timeline with that though? Does it say when they? Because like the last time they told police as well after they got caught.
Well, I think they did it this time so that way they didn't have to pay the millions and millions.
My point is, dude, are we sure? Because it seems pretty Uber to just go like, hey man, you guys got hacked yeah, we were just on our way to tell you. Like,
well,
Dara's driving over to the police station right now.
They did all this 2 days ago, so I don't know. That's just what they say.
Right. I mean, yeah, because I saw it I think I saw it for the first time was Thursday night in the news. I know I saw it Friday. But
I seen something on Twitter about it, and I was like, oh, they're still talking about this, and like I figured it was related to the Uber files and all that stuff. I didn't know it was a brand new hack because I didn't read it.
Something that you said a while back sunk in with me where you're like, dude, these companies get hacked all the time. So even when I saw it, I see these and I'm like, what are you going to do about it, man?
Yeah,
we're part of, and I'm not saying we're part of the system, like, dude, like it or not, boys and girls, you're in it now. Suck it up. Like, but we are in the system of we've allowed our data to be used. I mean, this is something. It's not like we can.
this
there's not
is
a lot of complaining we can do, even though it's just a checkbox. Not a lot of complaining we can do
right.
because
Well,
we
like I
chose to
said,
not
this is
read the
different.
terms. And
Yeah, this is completely different. This isn't hacking for user data. This is hacking for source code. So,
yeah,
I mean, like I said, that's huge in
right.
the tech
But who
world.
knows what else they got? I mean, when you're in there, why not get it all?
Well, I like I said, it didn't say exactly which because I'm pretty sure Uber's smart enough. They don't have everything on one AWS server, so I'm not sure what all they got. It just said that they accessed internal tools and source code, no user data as of now. So that, like I said, that alone's worth billions apparently. If you can know
Well,
exactly what Uber's doing.
it depends on the value of the company. Because Lyft is what did you say the other day? Lyft is trading at $16.99 a share.
Yeah.
But Lyft said they're talking about being acquired 100% buyout by General Motors, and they said they're worth $2.50 to $3 a share. I mean, guys, come on, man. It's not like they say they're worth 17 and GM's like 15. They're like 17, GM's like 2. That's it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Michelle, I get what you're saying, but there's no proof of anything yet. It's all on Twitter. Other than that, I mean, there's no other proof out there. And Twitter to me is not proof of anything until.
Or Michelle, also though, share anything you got. I just looked at you have a wrench. This is why we love people having wrenches. If you have some articles, share them. Because we love looking at. I mean, we love once we're
Right.
into something.
Like I said, I'm going through all of it on Twitter now, and there's one screenshot that posts. It says by N Wave. It says I'm a hacker and Uber has suffered a data breach. Slack has been stolen, confidential data, blah 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 blah. And it says Uber underpays, spells pays PAIS, drives. So, like I said,
the I is 2 keys over from the Y, so that could have been it's a long shot, but that could have been a misstroke. Yeah. I mean, if it was supposed to be Y and it's Z, that's not a misstroke.
And so
I always look at the keyboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Twitter to me, it's great to look up some stuff, but
Be safe, my man.
It hadn't actually came out with anything yet.
Yeah, it was she said, okay, maybe she's going to post something. And because when we wrap it up here in a few minutes, if we have wrapped it up, just leave them in the show notes. Or Michelle, I don't know if we've emailed, if we haven't emailed before, you can actually, what might be better, because Gary and I can look into it, and we'll give you all the credit for everything we find it. But email it to me. You can email me at steve@ridesharerodeo.com. Probably be a lot easier, because then I can share it with Gary too, the email, and we can actually go through the links. But if you can, like, whatever, if there's a lot of stuff you're looking at, send it to steve@ridesharerodeo.com if you want. Happy to look through that stuff. I mean, I run a website for this kind of news, so I mean, I was planning on doing something on it this week. I just was kind of like Gary. I was waiting because all the stories came out Friday, even though I think it happened Thursday night, if I'm right. But all the stories started populating Friday big time. And I was kind of waiting till like maybe Wednesday to let everything fall into place, see if we get more details and things. because the initial story is always just, oh, we got hacked, and I know it's a big story, but
Well,
but yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'll take anything though. If
Yeah,
you
I'm,
wanna
I'm not
email
saying
my
it's not
way.
huge. You know, I'm just saying like I prefer to have more information about it before. You
Well,
know,
there we
saying
go.
exactly what
Perfect
it is.
comment, and that's how we are too. So thank you, Michelle. And if you
Yeah.
want, again, Steve at ridesharerodeo.com. I share it with everybody. So just just send it over. Plus, you'll have my email, and I'll reply and let you know I got it. And if you ever want to get in contact with me, email is the best route for sure. But yeah, Gary, your wife.
Yeah, she'll be leaving tomorrow morning, driving
I
to
mean,
Florida so she can
what are you
play with
doing
the
with her
rain.
today? Like now?
Well, right now she's packing up the car, getting it all situated, things like that. You know, she's got
But I mean,
to
what are
maneuver
you
everything.
doing with her?
Oh no, we're gonna go out, hang out, have some dinner, things like that. Nothing major. I
Well,
mean, we've been
I don't
married
know. Maybe
22
you guys are
years.
staying in. That's why I was saying maybe you're staying
Yeah,
in. I don't
yeah.
know.
And we just
And
gonna
I
hang
know
out.
you're just spending the day together. Obviously, I mean, duh. You're even wearing the
So
hat.
what happens, Steve, when mommy and daddies love each other?
Have you ever seen The Office where where they're talking about making trees and Dwight gets pissed off and he's like, "What about you, Kevin?" And he's like, "You figured out your project yet on how paper's made?" And he goes, "Well, when the daddy tree loves the mommy tree." I still can't. I can never get that show out of my head. It's just the one-liners in there are the best. Oh.
So you said you're doing some stuff with your son today, right?
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, we're kind of taking it easy too. We get these, I don't know if you I don't even know their name. But we get these weeds out here in Colorado that you got to pull them out, and if you don't get them when they're really starting, they turn into these thorns that just hurt. I mean, they're big. They go in you far. But right now they're kind of like just soft. They're not formed yet. I mean, you still feel them.
Right.
And you got to pull them out. So you got to wear gloves. We'll get out there and pull them all. And then you got to rake real good. Cause like, even if we go out bike riding, we'll go out like, 15 miles, come home. And when we come in our gate to get to our garage, we could pop our tire just pushing our bikes through our backyard if we're not careful with that stuff.
So like I was noticing on Tony's channel, he said something about Red Rock. Is that where you took John?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does everybody why is that the go to? Like, oh, you're visiting, we'll go to Red Rock.
Because Red Rocks was initially built by hand. Like people carried up the stones from Morrison down there. It was like, I mean, it was like a late 1800s thing where they started it to do church services because that the sun rose right behind the amphitheater, and at the time there wasn't one. It's more about the history of this venue. First of all, I've been all around the country doing production work. There is no more beautiful venue to see a concert, and by that I mean every part of it, even the capacity. People play the Pepsi Center here, and that's 30,000 people when it's a concert with the floor. If you play Red Rocks, it's 7,800. That's it. I mean, it is the perfect size, big venue that bands who could sell 15,000 tickets get in line to play multiple days instead at Red Rocks. It just has a vibe. It has these cascading red rocks coming out the sides. The acoustics are 100% perfect, which is impossible in outdoor venues, especially a windy city like Denver can be, and it's still perfect. It's just it's a place that people go to even when there's not a concert, just because of the history behind it, the views, and from the top of Red Rocks you can see all of Denver because you're 2,200 feet above it now. So, and you're
Nice.
still on the Front Range. You're
So-
not in
so-
the mountains, so you can't see it. You can literally see to Kansas.
So when does it start snowing up there
Up where here in
in
Denver?
Colorado? Yeah.
Well, it'll start snowing it'll start snowing late, like right around late October. It'll start snowing up in the mountains. Denver doesn't get much snow, period.
No,
When
I'm saying
we do,
for
we
the-
get a
for
day
like
or two. And,
snowmobiling and stuff.
oh, like well, obviously the best times comes always I mean, January, February is like it's all built up, but you can come anytime, dude. There's always stuff to do.
To
Sometimes you
snowmobile?
just gotta go where the snow is sometimes.
Oh. Just gotta go high enough.
No, I mean, like maybe it's up near Steamboat and nothing by Crested Butte got anything. So you got to readjust. You might have to readjust a little bit and go, okay, let's head up there.
Right. Because I want to go snowmobiling. Never
Yeah,
done
dude.
it.
Oh man, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. You'll love it too, man. Because it's not, it's got that feel of a motorcycle, but you got that feel where you can like do, and we play with some pretty tough ones. But like if you got that feel in the powder, you can do anything, and you really can. I mean, as long as you're careful, you really can't get hurt. Like we wear helmets and all that, and we're safe.
Right.
Yes, you can get hurt if you're doing jumps and backflips. Yes, there's a lot of being hurt there. But like, I mean, just playing around and just going backcountry, it's more about like making sure you don't get stuck. To be honest, dude, believe it or not. Like you got to keep that thing throttled through deep powder. You got to be keeping it up like almost like a surfboard, because if you go under, you and your buddies can be digging that thing out for like 3 hours.
Bring a
if you
shovel,
can imagine,
Steve.
dude, like if you've got the two, you got the two up
Right.
front, and if you can imagine, yeah, it has a little bit of like, or a little more than like a ski tip curve to it. But if you somehow got that hooked in deep snow, like going over the top,
and you just powder into it,
and you gave it some gas, now you just put it under the ground.
Right, and you just be digging it out. I get it. So what I'm getting at is you're bringing a shovel when we go.
Oh, we carry everything. Actually, we can do it a lot quicker than most can. I'm just putting out there the reality. If you're out snowmobiling with some buddies, and this happens, most likely even with a basic shovel, you're gonna be. We'd have it out, and we'd have that fixed in
half hour,
5 minutes. I'm not kidding, because we would take it. We've got enough
strap, pull it with the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly. But you do have to dig out the other one enough first, because you can do damage to it major. Right. Not the one pulling, but the one you're pulling out.
Right.
You could break things and stuff. So you do have to dig out the components first. So, but like, yeah, we carry that kind of, so it's not a deal with us.
Steve's like, we've been stuck tons of times.
No, we really don't. It's usually, it's just, sometimes you just don't know. You get, you're a couple hours in, you're getting cocky, you're having a lot of fun. You go over something and you're just like, you're just not expecting, like, it's all of a sudden on the other side, because it's the side that doesn't get as much sun. You're looking at like an extra 6-7 inches, and you go right over the top of something into like 6 more deep inches. And yeah, it happens, but not much.
So. All right, I got to wrap this up.
Yes, guys, this is it for this one. But you know what? Next time, there's gonna be a TikTok segment, and I had another segment. I at least want to try it. So maybe, guys, next week when you tune in, we're gonna have some segments, and like Saturday Night Live, but we'll call it Sunday Morning Live. But, maybe some skits. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some calling to Uber to ask them about the hack in the way that Gary and I do. Well, since it's already been hacked, can I get that source code?
Right.
I mean,
I just need the driver app. I just need the driver app. That's all I need.
Come on, dude. But yeah, so anyways, you guys come back next week, full show, 10 a.m. or I'm sorry, that's my time, noon p.m. Eastern.
12 p.m. Eastern.
No, you know what? I don't know why I rolled it back. Noon 30 always seemed to work best. That's what really worked for me, because I got on the computer by 10, put things together. So why don't we say 12:30? I know this has been confusing, and I appreciate everybody bearing with us, but why don't we just say 12:30 p.m. and that'll be the time, at least for the next 6 weeks, that I can see before the snow starts coming, because that's when I need to figure out when that'll be. Or maybe I'll do it from the mountain. I don't know.
He'll get better internet up there.
Well, dude, everybody says they overheat, but I have a GoPro 10. It don't overheat up in the mountains.
Right. Too cold.
Right, but I guess somebody else was telling me there's a live streaming issue with it not looking real time with the mouth or something. I don't know.
It's like StreamYard sometimes. Sometimes you talk and it if you watch the video, your mouth isn't syncing.
But still, you guys, when I go up, I mean, like, it's not like the whole time I'm riding. I take a break. So, and then where I take breaks are the beautiful spots. So maybe I'll just turn my phone on and that'll be part of the live, or part of the live through winter. I don't know yet, but for the next 6 weeks, 12:30 Eastern, that'll be the time. And I will not be 1 minute late for the next 6 weeks.
Who wants to take a bet on that?
Not 1 minute late. If anything, I'll start 5 minutes early.
No, I don't believe it.
Okay, now for real. Okay, what is that date for real? As long as it's before Halloween weekend.
I don't think so.
Hold on.
He's so blind. Like, you realize you have a calendar on your computer. Don't even get up. You just open it.
Yep, there's exactly 6 weeks. It will end on October 29th. It won't this won't end, but that's when this bet will end.
Right.
So this is me saying that every Sunday now, starting next week through October 29th, this show will not start 1 minute late. Not 1 minute. In fact, guys, get here early because it's going to start 5 minutes early. I'm saying 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be 12:25 Eastern time. It might even be 12:24. I'm so
and the
now.
first person that points out that Steve's late one time, Steve's going to send them $50 gift card.
Fair enough. That's okay. But it can't be Gary, though. Because it's not. Actually, it can be Gary. I don't care.
I'll sabotage him so that way I'll come in, delete the stream, so he has to recreate it real quick. And all right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. See you next week. 5 minutes early. Peace.